Hey, welcome into Sportsbit 2.0. Pauly and Teddy. Big show coming up. Big game breakdown. We'll go rapid fire with the 4 play-in games. We'll turn the shot clock on. The 1 seed that's going out early. And, of course, bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books. At Teddy_Covers on Twitter. At Real Sportsbit on Twitter as well. A great article from David Purdom about the madness and the betting in a second. Bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books. Teddy, 2 games where they got it wrong, side and total. Kings Thunder over 210 to 212.5, and the Thunder took money. Spurs Rockets over, and the side they bet San Antonio. The Rockets are impervious to bad spots. They win by 16.
Yeah, that's what you were saying yesterday, and you nailed that. But let's start with Sacramento and OKC. Over 210 up to 212.5. Wrong. Oklahoma City minus 12.5 up to minus 13.5. Wrong. Spurs Rockets over 208 to 211.5. Wrong. Spurs plus 13 to plus 11. Wrong. A double-digit favor or double-figure favorites. Jockeying for playoff position. They're not looking to push tempo. We certainly saw that last night. I was surprised at all the over money in those 2 ball games, and I wasn't shocked at all to see the Rockets cover another number against a San Antonio is now number 10 in the West, Pauly. The Spurs, number 10 in the West, they have a miserable record since January 1st. The Rockets last night, defense, depth, tempo. Trevor Ariza, the only guy to reach 30 minutes. 10 different players played at least 15 minutes on the floor for Houston last night.
Yes. They better hope Kawhi comes back or they're not making the playoffs. How about Abilene Christian and Drake? Hate the Drake. We had everything here. Bet, bad beat, bet for the books.
Yeah, this is just brutal. And when you get them all in one game, it's fun to talk about. Otherwise, we're not going to talk about Abilene Christian against Drake here on Sportsbook. But the bottom line is, okay, over gets steamed up 143.5 to 151. Lands 138 in regulation. Oh, it goes to overtime. It goes to 153 in OT. Bad bet for everyone that bet the over. Bad for books. All those bets won. And bad beat for anyone that played the under after the move. It was a right side. I mean, that total was not supposed to be a sweat. 69 to 59, 2 minutes left. You got under 151 in your pocket. You're feeling pretty good. But a 10-0 Abilene Christian run down the stretch tied it, and the OT doomed all of those under bets. So, yeah, bad beat, bad bet, and bad for the books, Pauly, all in one game.
Horrible. Nobody can play a full game. You see, Xavier was up 17 against Providence. These teams fall asleep. Tech was up 21 in the second half against Notre Dame and lost. It's an epidemic. Great article by David Purdom, ESPN Chalk, ESPN.com. Americans will bet more than $10 billion on the NC2A tournament, including office pools and traditional wages with bookmakers. This was released by the American Gaming Association. Only 3% will be bet legally. 18% of Americans will fill out a bracket. There's a great quote here from Jeff Freeman, the CEO of the American Gaming Association. Our current sports betting laws are so out of touch with reality, we're turning tens of millions of Americans into criminals for the simple act of enjoying college basketball. Come on, Supreme Court. Come on, New Jersey.
Yeah, tick, tick, tick. It's coming, man. You can feel it. But I thought that Jeff Freeman quote was great. I mean, you want to talk about nailing it. He nailed it.
Yep.
So out of touch with reality, the laws are. We're turning tens of millions of Americans into criminals for the simple act of enjoying college basketball. When we're talking about the office pools, which are technically illegal, pick'em pools, squares, all that stuff, technically illegal. The numbers are astounding, Pauly. Astounding. $10 billion on the big dance, and 97% of it is quote-unquote illegal.
Yeah.
We can fix that problem. I'm hoping the Supreme Court will do that in short order moving forward.
A record $429 million was bet on basketball at Nevada Sportsbooks last March. Record Super Bowl handle, and Nick Bogdanovich at William Hill has told me they are going to shatter the Masters handle as well. We had a good tweet too from a viewer about tell the NBA and Major League Baseball to get bent with that 1% integrity fee. Who the hell would watch the NIT if you couldn't bet on it? Or the CBI or the CIT? Give me a break. An excellent tweet.
Yeah, take the under on that 1% integrity fee. We've seen resistance from state legislatures to paying off the leagues for all of that. Whatever. You want to do some brackets, Pauly? You ready?
Do it. Do it. Take it away.
Let's take a look. And of course, we didn't want to put everything on the screen. It would be a nightmare if you guys tried to jot everything down. We put Final Four, semifinals, champion. Yeah, I was going to talk Duke. Duke was probably my first choice. Everyone's picking Duke. Let's do it. My Final Four, Arizona, Villanova, Michigan, and Duke. Semis, Zona versus Duke. And my national champion, the team is playing as well or better than any team in the country right now. I know they had a couple of hiccups. Not anymore. Arizona Wildcats. You want a long shot that's live? This team has national championship talent. They've come together. No surprise if Arizona goes on a deep, deep run. As a 4 seed, the whole Pac-12 got screwed by the committee.
Sean Miller can't get to the Final Four. All right there. Yeah. I'm taking Cincinnati in the South. I don't trust Virginia. I've seen this movie before. If Cincy plays Virginia, I mean, wow, what's the total on that game? I don't trust Tennessee, and I don't trust Sean Miller. So I'll take Cincy in the South. I will also take North Carolina, Florida as my long shot, and Duke. Cincy against Duke in the title game, and the Dukies cut down the nets and win it all. As I know you guys have talked about ad nauseum on this show, they found something when they went to that zone defense.
Sure, it's a Duke defense that is probably as good or better than any Krzyzewski defense in recent memory.
Up next, big game breakdown. 4 play-in games. So start with a good one tonight. The Bonnies and UCLA, a big total. And why is the St. Bonnies in the play-in game? All that straight ahead on Sportsbook. Betting Insight today on SBRpicks.com.
Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.